What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? We've got a banger for you today.
We're hyped to unveil our too-soon 53-man roster predictions for 2025 Chiefs. Cuts will be here in no time, and we're keeping it exciting with camp battles, player hype, and the tough decisions behind our picks.
Hype for this season is through the roof, but we've got some roster puzzles. We're going to go position by position to sort this roster out. Let's dive in with the quarterbacks, where it's all about the man himself.
This is two no-brainers. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
But no BS. He's looked more focused than I've ever seen. Then Gardner Minshew locks in as QB2. He's a veteran gunslinger, and I think he might help Pat keep out of his own head, cracking jokes on the sideline.
Bailey Zappi and Chris Oladokun are grinding, but there's only room for two quarterbacks. Minshew's experience edges their flashes. Zappi's got mobility, which could be a welcome addition to the practice squad, helping our defense prepare for running quarterbacks.
I totally agree. Running backs are next, and this room is a little bigger than we had expected.
We are taking 5 running backs, but hear us out.
I'm not listening to you. You're crazy.
Isaiah Pacheco is looking like he's completely back from his injury, and he's put on some weight as well. Kareem Hunt's looking slimmer and faster than last year. Elijah Mitchell is a bit of a wild card, but if he stays healthy, he can be dominant. Rashard Smith's a lethal receiving threat out of the backfield, and Carson Steele crashes the party as our fullback.
Why Steele? Well, he's looked great throughout camp, handling fullback duties, backing up at running back, and even tight end with his blocking skills much improved from last year. Reid called him a tweeter guy. They're maneuvering around, and his special teams trust from Dave Toub seals the deal. That's why we're loading up on 5 running backs. Steele's multi-role lets us trim elsewhere. This group is definitely going to be interesting.
Steele's doing a good job turning himself into a Swiss Army knife. Let us know who you think RB1 will be in the comments below.
Now on to the wide receivers. We're going with 6. Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, Juju Smith-Schuster, Jalen Royals, Tyquan Thornton, and Nikko Remigio.
No.
No?
No more.
Why Remigio over Elijah Badger? Solely for those punt returns. Dave Toub's been raving, saying his punt return ability is far above everyone else in camp. Why Thornton? He's been lights out in camp and honestly has surprised everyone. He's also syncing with Mahomes. Matt Nagy said,
"You get these opportunities to make plays, he's done that. You saw today, he had an excellent catch on that he turned his head and ran a little bit of a corner angle route and made a great snag. And I think there's a lot of trust building right now between him and Pat. He's a smart kid. He does a lot of things the right way. You can tell he's been in this league a little bit. He has that experience factor to help out these young guys too."
As for Royals, he's been catching everything in camp and is learning the playbook faster than anyone else.
And no Rashee Rice because we believe he will start the season out on suspension, meaning he won't take up a roster spot.
Tight ends were tough, but we decided on 3. Travis Kelce, the legend, Noah Gray, who we believe is one of the top tight end 2s in the league, and Jared Wiley sneaks in with his size and athletic upside.
Now, why Wiley over Robert Tonyan? Man, that was a battle. We struggled hard. Tanya's been flashing with one-handed grabs and first-team reps. But Wiley's mismatched nightmare potential in the red zone wins out, especially with his quiet but consistent bounce back from that ACL injury last year. Plus, remember, we went with 5 running backs, so therefore Steele is going to have to be a backup to make this work. I'm sure many of you think we're crazy.
Hell to the yeah.
Tell us why in the comments, politely if possible. All right, now we're moving on to the dreaded offensive line, one of the worst things we had to deal with last year. We took 9. We went with starters, Juwan Taylor, Trey Smith, Creed Humphrey, Kingsley Suamataia, and Josh Simmons, with the backups being Jalen Moore, Wanye Morris, Hunter Norzad, and Mike Caliendo.
Moore is our swing tackle, backing up most positions. He's a talented tackle that can also play guard, and after last year, his depth is a welcome sight. Moore might have been our left tackle if it hadn't been for rookie Josh Simmons, recovering from injury way faster than expected. On top of that, he's looked amazing in camp. Now, let's tackle the defensive line, where we took 9. Chris Jones, Mike Pennell, Omar Norman-Lott, George Karlaftis, Charles Omenihu, Ashton Gelati, Mike Dana, Felix Anaduke-Uzama, and Mike Herring.
Omar Norman Lott was suspected by many to be a situational player, but now many are saying he's a camp surprise with high energy. Spags loves to rotate at least 8 down linemen, so it will be interesting seeing who gets the most sacks this year. But what are your predictions? Let us know in the comments. Linebackers. We went with 5. Nick Bolton, Leo Chanel, Drew Tranquil, Jeffrey Bassa, and Cam Jones.
Jones over, say, Jack Cochran? Tough last spot. We struggled, but Jones' upside in coverage and special teams won us over. He's entering his 3rd year, and we think he might surprise people. But that last spot was honestly a coin flip situation for us. 6 cornerbacks made our roster. Trent McDuffie, Jalen Watson, Joshua Williams, Nazeeh Johnson, Christian Roland Wallace, and Noel Williams.
A few moments later.
This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. No, actually, this is just me coming to you. We recorded this last night. Want to throw a quick fix in there. We had a whole line about having Christian Fulton on the PUP list, possibly starting the season. He just came off this morning, so I wanted to jump in here, put this quick edit in the video so it makes sense tomorrow. So with Christian Fulton back in, basically what that takes out is we'd be dropping Christian Roland Wallace or trading Joshua Williams. Sorry to bump into the video right here, but just need to correct that. Enjoy the rest of the video. Noel Williams has had a bit of a slow start in training camp and OTAs, but that man is a ball hawk and he will be good. It just might take a little time. Now on to safeties. We took 5. Brian Cook, Jaden Hicks, Mike Edwards, Jamari Connor, and Dion Bush. Cook looks like he actually might finally be fully recovered from his injury, and Hicks looks to move into a bigger role this year after the loss of Justin Reid. Bush took the last spot for us only recently. We think he's a much-needed veteran in a very young backfield. Special teams were easy. Harrison Butker, Matt Ariza, and James Winchester.
Although we are still unsure on kick and punt returners, we have so many options. Maybe we'll get a better idea in preseason. Boom! That's our too soon 53-man roster.
Now it's time for you to rage and let us know where we were wrong and maybe where we were right in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell because that's what all the guys on YouTube say to do. Don't know what it actually does, but hit that bell. And it's blooper time.
What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? We've got a fun video for you today. Oh, that sounded creepy. Yeah.
If you're like, I'm Ron Burgundy. Handling. That's why we're loading up a 5.
Why Remigio over Elijah?
Especially with his quiet but consistent bounce backs. Especially.
I'm a little teacup, shorter than Bob. That's why I need something to stand on.